Alright, so the project for today is putting a monitor arm in this area up front. So we've designated the front area, the driver's seat area, as a space where I would use to work. I'm still going to work from the road while we live on the road. So I needed an extra monitor for my laptop. So we thought, why not kill two birds with one stone? This can work as a TV for like family movie nights and things like that when we want that, and it can also work as a monitor arm. So what we've done is we've sourced a monitor arm, or we bought a monitor arm that will mount right here, and it will bring the TV kind of out in this area. So we have a 4K TV that I'll be using as a monitor, and we bought an Ergotron HX monitor arm. So these are pretty heavy duty. It's actually it's rated for very heavy TVs, and the TV we bought is not all that heavy, so hopefully it'll work out okay. We simply had to drill a 3/8 inch bolt here in the top, and so this will just kind of slide right in here like this, and we'll just get it mounted up. And we've already checked that it clears our door opener, and it comes out and is able to bring the TV out far enough. The nice thing is this arm is relatively easy to take apart, so the parts just slide right in and they can pull right out. So when we're traveling, all that will be up there is this little base, but the TV will then just securely mount in the back. We're going to make a little space to just slide it in and mount it near the refrigerator. Sure it's straight and where we want. All right, so we've mounted the TV arm. It is fully adjustable with spring tension, and so the way we decided to use this is this TV can come way out here if it's our main TV and we're watching TV. But the nice thing is this arm gives it so much swivel that it could come back, and then it becomes a workstation. Get this out of the way. So this pushes all the way back so it's not in the way. And then we've made this little desk. This will be my desk, and it simply mounts in the place of the steering wheel. So we often remove the steering wheel anyway while we are traveling because it's just easier. And we made this little block and cut this piece of metal and welded it to the correct angle so that it has just a little bit of tilt, and that goes on there. We put our little piece of wood on there, and then our little nut, and it's on there, and it works really well. Like, it's a pretty stable desk. So that's what I'll be using for a desk. I'll be connecting to this monitor. That is a 4K, just a 4K TV and monitor, and it does work quite well. I've already used it a couple times. So clearly we can't have this up while we're driving, and there are going to be plenty of times where we just want to look out the front window. We don't necessarily want a big TV in the way. And so one of the reasons we chose the arm that we went with is because it comes apart very easily. It's all brass bushings that are like very highly machined, and it just pulls out into two different pieces, and we store that in the couch. And we're building a mount for the TV so it'll go up against a wall and be pinned and secured with a couple of brackets that we're making into the wall. That way it's safe, it's out of the way. So the TV came in foam that looks like this, and the problem is this kind of foam is just not very durable. We didn't think this would last if we reused this. Although, you know, it's shaped perfectly like the TV because this is what it came in. We just didn't think it would be very durable. The more durable stuff is this stuff, which is a lot more flexible and just a lot more durable. This stuff's really hard to destroy. So we've made some, we're going to use this as the padding. And so we've made some brackets here, and these will clamp the TV. So this obviously isn't the scale, the TV's a bit larger. We're going to put a couple of these foam pads against the wall so the TV is sitting against foam. It's also going to rest against foam on the bottom and on the top, and we've kind of cut an angle into it so it fits a little more with the contour of the TV. And so the theory is, we haven't done this yet, but we would slide the TV in until it butted up against this piece of foam, and then with this piece we would come in afterwards, and then this has a removable button, and so this button would kind of just pull out, and we would line this up. We'll put a riv nut into the wall and then use this as the knob to kind of hold this up, and then that'll hold it all in place. So anyway, that's the theory. We've kind of built it now and painted it, and we're about to try to go see how we can install this. So we finished the brackets. Here they are. There's a top and a bottom, and then the rear. So what we do is we remove this little bracket here, slide the TV in, and then put this bracket on, and it should hold it really nicely against the foam while we travel. So we'll show you how we take it all off and put it all in here right now. All right, so in the back there are two little heck nuts that this tool is made for. So they've just got little plastic washers on them. So we remove those, and those keep the TV securely on this mount. And so now we just have to lift the TV up off this mount, and then we'll take it to the back. So we'll straighten it back up. Right off the mount. So the TV's only about 18 pounds, so it's not terribly heavy. So then it just slides in here. We just slide it right back in. Make sure it's flush. And then there it's secure, and then to keep it in, we're just going to put this little guy here, and then put a little nut in. Up there. Okay, yep. There we go. Nice and secure. That shouldn't go anywhere. All right, so over a year later now, and how has this space worked out? Well, it's worked out really well. The short version of it is I love it. It gives me a dedicated space to work. It lets me set up my stuff and lets me get organized the way I like to be organized and work. And so in that regard, it's been amazing. It also allows me to be tucked out of the way. If people need to get in and out of the bus, I'm not in their way. I don't have to move or anything like that. I have the air conditioner right here, a fan, access to the security cameras, a view outside, which opens and lets in like a cool breeze if we're near the ocean or in a forest or something. As far as the individual components, we're very happy with the arm, the monitor. This little thing that we built has held up very, very well. So we set it up and tear it down at just about every place we stop, even if we're only stopping for a day, because it sets up really quickly and tears down really quickly. So in short, it's been awesome.